What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode of the Spatials. I'm happy to be your host, and we're gonna hang out and just kind of like float around the galaxy and like murder some more fools. How does that sound? If it sounds good, go ahead and give me just like a big hi-do from... I can't hear it, obviously. It'd be nice if I could, though. What if I could make everybody say hi-do so loudly that I could hear it at my house? It'd be cool. You make the world's first, like, global... Well, it's probably not the first. I'm sure, like, a super volcano or something has done it before. But frankly, I feel like we need to remove that title from the super volcano. If it thinks it's so hot, it can't make noises like we do. Yay, humanity. Anyways, we need to go back over here and let's start constructing some of the extra stuff. Did anybody level here? Yeah. Everybody hit level dose. And so seeing as everyone has sort of just kind of like moved on to the next phase in their career, I suppose let's give him... Oh, we have lasers and zappers. I'm going to give you a laser, I think, because the zapper takes more energy. And this is my guy right here who I use to like restore everybody else's stuff. And so I prefer, even if he does a little bit less damage, that makes sure that I don't dent into his like, you know, power pool a little bit too quickly. You never want to dent somebody's power pool. Obviously, that's a bad way to make friends. So... he's got a phaser. We can upgrade it with a zapper. Hell yeah, give him the zapper then. And then on this side, it looks like we've actually got some extra stuff. Let me go back to the home base menu. Yeah, we do. We've actually got a extra energy passive buff that we can throw on somebody. And so let's find the person that we use the most. I would say that the guy that's giving us all electricity would be the best one to have this. He has 238 right there. That gives him much, much less. So he starts with a level 3 passive. That's a little bit unfortunate, actually. Let me see if maybe... there's actually only our strategist. That's the only guy that we should probably put this on. It's the only person that gets a benefit out of it. And so you know what? If the shoe fits, shove it onto his strategic foot. And so there we go. He lost HP right there for a second. I'm not sure why. Now, when we get back from away missions, everybody's going to go to sleep for a little while. But they should be back up and ready to go pretty soon. Wow, we have a lot of bugs and a lot of slimes. I'm actually going to start this episode out by actually adding a few more areas. And I think I said actually twice there. I was like, actually, I'm actually going to actually. And once we actually, then I'm going to actually. It's turning into like my Marklar this entire episode. Your Marklar is Marklar. Let's see here. We've got the commemorative bust. I think that might make our place a little bit less child-friendly. Still, at the same time, I have as much appreciation for the human physique as anybody else. Zed Palmer, the first bald human on Mars. Obviously, I'm joking. It's not the bus that I'm talking about. We do need to make some other stuff, though. So maybe, like, I think a kitchen is probably a reasonably decent plan for the future. And so let me drop the walls down here, because I don't like to look at them. And once I have done that... maybe make like an elongate kitchen over here. That seems like it'll work out okay. That'll work, and then we can just slide in a couple of these devices that we need. And we can actually expand this out a little bit further later once we have a bigger use for it. How come nobody is making with the building right now? Did I mess this up somehow? I feel like I've messed this up somehow. I don't suppose anybody wants to like do the thing that I'm telling you to do right now, right? I mean, that would be super awesome. Okay, so let me go back over here. It appears as though my rudimentary attempts at building a kitchen have failed. Let's go on this side. Let me try this again. Kitchen floor. Maybe I'm one too far forward? That seems to line up correctly to me. Are you guys not enjoying the task that I have given you? Being the benevolent creator that I am. I feel like the isometry is throwing me off right now. Either way, hopefully something good happens right here. We'll figure it out along the way. Oh, the isometry hath in fact thrown me off. Okay, so let's cancel all of that. I don't know why my brain is... oh, I canceled the one that I wanted, though, too. That's unfortunate. No, I'm terrible at video games. This is now... that's unfortunate, considering. That's very unfortunate, considering the things that I choose to do with my free time. Let me figure out... it's that one right there. That's the one that I wanted. I don't know why the isometry is throwing me off so much right now. This is not normally a problem for me, but for whatever reason, the grid lines are throwing me off at the moment. And I want to make clear, it's my fault. It's not the game's fault. I just kind of like weird out sometimes when it comes to isometry. I don't know. I'm going to put this in right here. And we will think about the opportunity. I think this should be enough, actually, this should be enough space for the future, and I'm not trying to make a space pun right there. I'm not endeavoring to do so. God, that's the name of a spacecraft, isn't it? Damn, it's just happening all kinds of accidentally right now. If I use curiosity following that, we're just going to keep getting ourselves into trouble. How many puns can I drop in one, like, playthrough? It seems like a lot. It seems as though the pun is very, very strong with me right now. I think on this side, what I'll probably end up doing is let's drop... We'll put that right there. That seems about right. I like to have lots of like adjoining building. I like to make it so that we have a ton of hallways that connect everything. I think they can glitch through each other though, or they can actually phase through each other. I don't think it really matters, but I still like to have lots of access points for my various buildings. It seems to make my life easier. I do like the fact that we don't have to deal with a power grid in this game. That makes me happy. They've removed that little piece of sim enjoyment, and I never like managing my power grids. I don't know. What does that mean? I guess we'll figure it out in a minute. It probably means we don't have the supplies necessary in order to like make the things that we want. I'm gonna overspend right now so that I don't have to do it later, because I want to have all of these built, because later on we are gonna have a lot of people on our space station, and so it'll make our lives a little bit easier if we just go through and make sure that we have everything handled right now. And then on this side we have a workshop for heavy manufacturing. What about womanufacturing? This seems a little sexist. It's a joke. It's a joke. God, don't lose your minds. I can see already. There's gonna be that guy that's just like, blah, people are so sensitive. I'm being so insensitive about people being sensitive. Ah! And he's just got like a blood vessel bursting in his eye at the moment. And so I feel the need to call him out first before it happens, so I can be like, well, I said, in the episode, I clearly denied any wrongdoing as I was I clearly stated, this is a yoke. And so now you have nothing to be angry about. I'll probably build a hallway that goes down here to nothing, although that'd be weird to look at. I feel like I should put potted plants or something in the corners. Nobody likes looking at an empty wall. It's depressing. You'd be like, this is a total metaphor for my life right now. In space, an empty wall. Christ. I hate this. I hate this place. I never know why all of our peasants become like just a random sort of peasant sounding guy. I think it's just because I played too much Warcraft. I think that's probably what ties it all in. So since this is done, this probably means we just don't have the production that we need in order to make this work, would be my best guess. We can click on it. Oh, you have to pick the production. So I'll leave it open to everybody. And we can basically queue this up to infinite, I think. Although we have to pick a recipe somewhere, as I recall. We can actually make somebody an owner of this object, too, if we really wanted to. I think we can do it with the beds, too, can we? No, the beds don't work. The effects... Wait, what does 1 credit mean? Are we charging them to sleep, even though they're our employees? You guys are dark. That's good. I like it. I like it. Well done. Way to make money in space. Well, anyways, as of right now, we don't really have anything queued up. I think what'll happen is we'll make a buffet. And once we make the buffet, I think then we can select things in here. Oh, we haven't unlocked the production yet, so if I could read. Basic literacy is required to use this game. I saw that on the back of a game box the other day on one of my 3DS games. I bought a 3DS game, and on the back of the box, it was like, rudimentary reading skills are required in order to enjoy this title. Ding, ding, ding. But the irony here is that the warning about being able to read is written on the box, and so you would need to be able to read first, so I guess if you just bought the game based on the pictures on the front, you would never know because you're illiterate anyways. Either way, we've got a storyline mission. How about that? Let's go to Demontry. We'll stop talking about it. An archaeologist has found something interesting on the surface of this planet and needs our help to finish their research. Okay. So that sounds swell. I'm gonna go grenade some wildlife. How's that sound? Yeah! Manifest destiny! This is like a biological manifest destiny. Either way, the animals have money on them. And so it's their own fault for carrying wallets. Who uses cash anymore? Just carry a credit card and you wouldn't have to worry about this problem happening, animal. The archaeologist, he loves his job. Officers, we are on the brink of an amazing discovery. This very ancient artifact resonates with some nearby fragments. Find them and bring them to me. Sure, because I'm an intergalactic gopher, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. We need to find some fragments. Hopefully something interesting happens along the way. I don't know. I like how she's wearing like a space muumuu to go on adventures in. He's got some weird kind of like space vest and black leotard up underneath. Everybody knows that in the future, everyone wears leotards. They are the perfect clothing, God. I've been trying to explain this since the 6th grade. Nobody seems to be buying into it, but believe me, someday I will own a market. It's gonna be my own personal leotard outlet, and everybody will finally realize that they have neglected the leotard for far too long. What is this? It's the monolith fragment? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I always figured that in some video games you could have a monolith, but it would be for like mana, like you would get mana from it. You would build a manolith. I don't know. I enjoy like random little wordplay. I don't even know if that counts as wordplay. You're basically just like adding something. Oh, I'm gonna grenade this group of buffaloes. Yep, there it is. I love buffaloes, by the way. I started to talk about this in the previous episode. Why did that buffalo, see, he had a gun. This is like the buffalo hood out here. I know, I can hear cars out in the back. They're like, skirk! And then they come by, the buffalo's like, whoa, out the window, and that's just like, pucka, 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 ding! Everybody's running, trying to duck behind trash cans and shit. It's rough out here in the buffalo hood. It's real rough in the buffalo hood. You ever seen a buffalo with spinners on him? Exactly. Exactly. This buffalo's rocking floaters. You don't even know. It gets wild out. Did he just steal a monolith? Oh, I thought he stole it before we could take it. That thing, just looking at it, you know that it's going to be unfriendly. It's like a tick with extra, like, stabicles on top of it. Alright, we'll go ahead and kill him. That's what I call anything pokey that might potentially, like, damage my exterior frame. It's called a stabicle. It's a technical. No, they're going to hurt that little space platypus cat. I will save you, space platypus cat. There we go. I guess I could call it just like well, I guess a split. Never mind. I mean, it would be a splatacat, essentially, a space platypus cat. And so there's not really much that I can do with this right here without rearranging things. I guess we could start with the cat first. It would be like the cataspacipus. I don't know. It'd be a little odd. That thing's got a really long nose, so I'm gonna kill it. Just in case it decides. It might be a brain-sucking device. I've seen Starship Troopers. I don't want my brain to get sucked out. That's no fun. Everybody knows during that scene you were like, oh, that dude done got his brain sucked out. That alien learned how to do calculus like the quickest way possible. Instantaneously. Learned to do calculus. I'll be honest, if I could sacrifice somebody by sucking their brain out to learn calculus and save myself a semester, I'd probably do it. No, I'm being facetious right now. I totally would not sacrifice a sentient human being to learn calculus faster. In no way. That's going to be the disclaimer at the end. Silence, I am making history here. Oh, it fits perfectly. Yeah, this is pure perfection. How powerful. I feel it. It's in me. The power. It's mine. This is why you don't trust three-eyed aliens. Ready your blasters. Oh, Christ. No! The hive mind is all powerful. Stop. Really? Because the hive mind seems fairly weak to laser beams. I don't know. Just an observation that I'm making right here, but I like how her hair got all frumpy. HQ wants to keep the artifact for further studying and to start a museum. Why, oh why. Alright, well I guess we're going to start a museum then. Das Fiore, is that one of the name? My character's name is Dazi Fiore, okay. Dazi Fiore sounds like she should have her own cooking show. That's probably because it sounds like Guy Fieri. I heard he's an asshole in real life. That kind of disappointed me, although I should have been able to tell from the spiky bleached hair. The rest of us, those of us who are nice and kind, abandoned spiked bleached hair back in the mid-90s. I had it. I will admit freely that I had spiky bleached blonde hair in the mid-90s, but it was a phase that we went through. Blame Justin Timberlake and everybody else in NSYNC. It was all their fault. Anyways, let's get up out of here. Now that we've rejoined our space HUD right here, you will see that the system Trorek Pro has been unlocked. So we could actually, it gives you little announcements right here, and then we can go back out to the galaxy if we wanted to, and then we could cruise around and conquer some new areas, just in case that makes us feel happy. I'm not really going to use anything. I mean, I might hire a couple people, I guess, from the embassy. Just get like a couple of new people so that we can deploy them elsewhere. Because I don't know how long it takes the embassy to actually refresh. What does replay introduction do? Oh, I guess it replays the introduction to the game. Alright. I don't know why we would need that feature, but I guess just in case you missed the introduction somehow, maybe you were clicking quickly, you were like, I need to get to the game now! Then you were like spam clicking. I do it sometimes. I will admit that I am very, very guilty of having skipped many tutorials in just that fashion, on accident. And then later on I gotta track them down again. So we've got medical contracts. We've got, let's do a research contract. What do we have extra? We have, so these guys are all, oh man. How do I guess I would set my away team elsewhere, I suppose. I don't know. I don't buy people very often in this game. I'm going to check it in just a second. We're going to check it and wreck it. This problem is going to get taken care of, but we got to figure it out first. I don't know if I should give everybody guns. I don't know if that's a wise decision. We have a new museum building that we could put the, it's not like an obelisk. It's kind of like a big, it's the thing from, what's the name? Oh my god. Space Odyssey. Oh my god, I'm having the worst brain fart right now ever. You know what I'm talking about. 2001: A Space Odyssey. I used to work at a movie store. This is incredibly embarrassing for me. I used to pride myself on my movie knowledge, but it falls away over time. As you forget, we should probably equip people with stuff instead of like talking our asses off. Let's give these to our upgraded people are going to be the first ones that I upgrade, so he can have a laser. I'll probably give it to the engineer, though, because if there's one thing I know, it's that you should arm your engineers. They will never do anything suspect with any projectile device that you give them. The projectile expelling device in their hands will have no negative effect on the world. We can give our doctor a ray gun. I figure I should probably, I mean, if it upgrades, I should probably give it, let's give that, I guess, to him. I think we were trying to stay away from using up too much energy. But we haven't gotten any, like, energy regenerating objects yet, which makes me a little bit sad. And then for the people that don't get to start with a weapon, we'll just give them one because I suppose it might help. We're going to send them out on away missions, but hopefully it'll be useful in some respect. What's the other thing that we picked up? We got a level 1 extra health. mod, and everybody else appears to have a better one that they started with, so we'll probably just recycle that. And so in order to show you, to elucidate how to use the recycling system, you just do this right here, and then bang, you get some slimes out, and there it is. Hooray, we now have 90 slime. The culmination of all of our scientific efforts in space has been a very, very large, massive, amorphous slime and some insects, which more than likely are probably hostile and unpleasant to look at. Hooray for science. We have done well today. So what we need to build now is really nothing, to be honest. Until people hit level, I think, 3-ish, they don't need anything. Yeah, so they get hunger at level 3. So we should probably research that next. Let's go to the research tree, and we need the dinner hall, and so that's going to cost us 2. That's going to allow us to unlock a whole bunch of new stuff that people could just like eat in order to keep themselves good and ready to go. Unfortunately, the downside here is that our basic kitchen requires water, seeds, and fruit. We can make, out of water and slime, we can make desserts, and out of seeds, water, and bugs, we can make pizza. But as of right now, we actually don't have the baseline materials we need in order to make this work. So the big thing we need to focus on for right now is to go to another star system, and hopefully we can actually have bad RNG right here if we don't find something that we need. There we go. They've got fruits and they've got vegetables there, so we'll probably hit them up. We've got Lyso over here, which has water and aluminium. Sounds pretty good. Ooh, we've got a Gaia planet over here in Oceania. That actually hits all that. It checks all the boxes, so we'll probably hit this one right here. So there's a bounty mission right here on a level 2 planet, which will be for a research point, a level 2 item, 17 slime, which we have plenty of that, so that's cool. If we wanted to swap people out, I assume we do it through right here. You can only bring one of each type, I think. Let's empty the seat real fast to see what happens. Yeah, I was going to say, you have to have one of each type when you go on your away mission, I think. So let's be on our away mission, and we shall go out and, I don't know, steal some supplies from this planet because it's within the confines of what we can accomplish. The strong did what they willed, and the weak suffered what they must. Is that how it goes? I think I got that backwards. I think it's the strong did what they could, and the weak suffered what they must. I don't know, it still worked. We've got some yellow goo right here. Oils. Ah. Obviously, little tiny creatures, I am going to protect you from this axe-wielding maniac. Stand back! Stand aside, adorable little furry creature! I will protect you. Ow. I should have, like, protected my face. Will you die already? We got sedition. What does sedition do? I assume that in some way it either sedates and or converts the enemy to our side. Either way, if our character gained access to narcotics, I'm sure everybody at this space station is going to like him a bit more. You can call me the Candy Man. Or the Candy Woman, obviously. Let's go ahead and restore everybody else's electricity and restore people's health because we've got some health missing here at the bottom. So that's done. What does this do? Makes enemies attack other enemies for 3 seconds. Low power and level affects less enemies. So that's a level 2 active, and it does 36 power. I'm going to try it out. No joke. It seems like it might be useful. Wait, we missed a container. There we go. I feel like whoever is like marketing for random containers is missing out by not calling their brand Mr. Container. It's Mr. Container, but then again, it'd be like, you'll be sad if you missed us. I don't know. It seems like it'd be close. So you could spell it like missed a container, like you missed it, like you shot at it and missed. But then the logo would be like Mr. Clean. It would be like Mr. Container. And then on top of that, then you would have the marketing slogan and they'd be like, you'll be sad you missed us. See, I should work in marketing. I think I got this down. There's some guy in marketing right now watching my channel like, actually, it takes a lot more effort than that, but I appreciate, I'm going to use that tomorrow at our board meeting. I'm going to try and, like, snipe this guy, maybe. Snipery! Oh, man, I always miss with the sniper rifle, which is why I never use it. Did I just grenade myself in the face? That seems like a fairly astute evaluation of all of my abilities when it comes to, like, scouting and actually performing my duties according to plan. Be like, landed on planet, hit self in face with grenade. We're actually a little bit low on electricity right now. This might get a little bit rowdy. We probably want to make the best out of our resources that we can by using grenades to an almost obsessive extent. Although they aren't really like lumping up the way that I prefer. Alright, well, we'll just take it slow for right now. How about that? We got some water off of that guy. We killed him so badly that he leaked water all over the place. No! Stop shooting at me! Large potato-shaped tree! I hide behind you!
He's like, actually, I prefer to be called Spud Fauna, but you know, you can call me whatever you want. You know, when it comes around.
I'm hiding myself behind this rather large Spud Fauna. Our engineer is almost out of energy, so this is going to get a little bit wild and crazy before we can go much further. I'm going to blow up all those animals because why not? They're lumped up in, you know, AoEs. However, let's go ahead and finish him off. We have to eliminate the colonel, and so that's exactly what we're going to do. Run away! The colonel has an axe. He has a rather large implement of cutting and also swinging. Have you considered a career in the possible deforestation of planets instead of piracy? No, well, you know, I don't blame you. Piracy is way more awesome than deforestation. Alright, mission completed. What do we get out of it? We just got the level 2 sedition. That's cool. Like, I'm not going to be that upset about it. If I get anything out of a mission, I'm pretty stoked. Giving him a weapon seems like it may have been a miscalculation. I may take it away from him. I don't know. So here we are, back in the map. Like I said, I have to make a cut every single time because the game likes to just be like, and die on me all the time. I like to use crude noises to describe what happens with my technology. Anyways, what we really need to do on this planet is, like, get these. We probably want to take control of these as well. The H2O and the oil might not be a terrible idea either. And so we have a 12-minute period right now, which leads me to believe I should probably hit up the embassy, and we should dump some of our level 1 people over here. He only gets like a 5% bonus to his work speed. Oh, Edsel Wu needs to be at least level 2. So Wu needs to be 2 in order to shoo him into this job for you. Alright, well that means I should probably swap in some of my people then. Does he have the same abilities? Because honestly, as long as they have the same abilities, I don't really care. Like, I'm not incredibly attached to Benedetto Diaz. Like, like, he's cool, but, you know. They're called work dupes. That's funny, you dupe him into doing the work. He has killer fashion sense, though. Like, clearly, this probably does work with the ladies. My guess is that it leaves him salivating at the bar. I don't know. Might have to throw the stools out afterwards. Not sure. Let's see. If they come with the same abilities, like, I don't really care. If he's still got recharge, yeah, whatever. Give it to him. I mean, Looks like we've got an energy bone. Oh, extra energy passive. Yeah. Bink McMillian seems like he'd be cooler to hang out with, so we're going to hang out with Bink McMillian. How about that? I'm also going to remove his gun so he doesn't use up his energy. And so we'll use him as the scientist there. We can also send them out on these jobs. I'm actually kind of like a routine contract. Let's find out what a medical contract does. I'm going to send somebody out on... Do we have anything here? Yeah. Let's send Benedetto Diaz out on that one. And then we'll also send, I don't know, Edsel Wu maybe? And then we'll add Vale Ganja. I mean, Vale Ganja is mostly high most of the time, so, you know. Either way, Vale Ganja will supply the weed for the expedition. What happens when I do this? Let's find out. We have 5 minutes until this occurs. How delightfully iPhone-like. Alright, well, we'll find out in 5 minutes, I suppose. We got a couple minutes left in the episode. What's the worst that can happen? Watch, they're all gonna die, and then I'm gonna be like, no! I'm gonna have that moment where I get to shout Khan at the sky. Khan! And I'll be all upset about it. On this side, let's go ahead and get going with the production. Actually, that's not gonna work. This room is gonna have to be much smaller than planned. So let's stop it off right there. However, we can make sort of like a lumpy little room right here. And what do I want said lumpy little room to produce? Oh, I don't know. Got a metal press. What does this do? We have a workshop for heavy manufacturing. We have a smelter for ore processing. I'm going to put a potted plant in this corner because I can. Maybe a Zen garden? I don't know. I think the plant pot should go right... Yeah, that'll make it look nice. I approve. I approve. On this side, I feel like I should give them some kind of like... I don't know. Maybe I'll give them 2 of these potted plants on these sides. This is the problem, is I get into like Farmville related just like aesthetic designing, and then I just like never get anything else done. This room seems really empty, but we'll worry about that in a second. If I can produce things now, I would prefer to do so. Pick a production recipe in order to begin. Let's see here. It cooks cheap food. We can queue things up. If we wanted to pick a production type, let me track down where that's at, because obviously I appear to be missing the train here somewhere. Ha! I found the problem, so I forgot to unlock the hall. I was like, this is really odd that there's no production around here. It seems very strange that I'm not able to produce things at this given moment in time. And it's because I forgot to do the research, or maybe I forgot to save after I unlocked it or something. I don't know, I kind of remember doing it. What does this do? It requires water, it requires peas, and it requires veggies. What does that require? It requires water, and it requires... So it needs fruits and vegetables, and it requires water. We seem to have those. That requires... I'm trying to get the ones that mix and match the best. So we've got a lot of slime, so that's probably a good plan. I'll produce nasty slime-related desserts right there. Obviously, they don't look incredibly appetizing. But then again, neither does gelato, if you really think about it. And yet gelato is a... Hey, how dare you? How dare you, sir, make rations? How dare you? So the rations are just in our inventory. We have to serve those, I think, through a cafeteria, as I recall. Yeah, there's the diner over here. We're going to need a big space for the diner, and they can't eat unless you have one, and so you sort of want to make one. Let's go ahead. We'll go back to our... Oh my god, we have so many things that we need to work on. I'm messing up already. Hold on. I'm busy doing idiotic stuff. That's basically like 90% of my career at this point is just like doing dumb shit. Stop doing that. We're going to go out to there, and then what I need to stop from happening is that, and then we'll put that over there. On this side, we will go in, and let's make ourselves a cafeteria. How's that sound? Cafeteria sounds pretty damn good. I love those you know the cafeterias they have at like museums? I always like to eat there. I don't know what it is about museum cafeterias, but the food is always good. It's always like amazingly deep fried and delicious. Frankly, I feel like that's the secret to most culinary expertise, is learning to deep fry everything. And if you can make that work, good on you. I'll probably set all of these to produce something, but we should probably raid and pillage the remainder of the galaxy before we go much further to ensure that everybody has the things that they need. I don't want anybody to hit level 3, though, before we have our infrastructure in place to make sure that people stay happy. Because if I screw this up, I'm going to feel really upset because, I like to be, I like to make stuff. Okay, so we're out of, like, materials to make things. I think water is going to be a principal concern for right now. Let's go back to the galaxy menu right now. And are there more water nodes that I can harvest out here? Oh, no, we took everything from that one. Okay, let's go back out to the edge of the galaxy. We'll go back to Ida. Was there any? I think everything out here was bugs and slimes, to be fair. I think it was. A lot of bugs and a lot of slimes. Luckily, we're not, like, out of bugs and or slimes right now, so we don't really need to worry about it. So that's pretty cool. However, at some point, we may want to actually retrofit this. This could be a good galaxy for us, considering that maybe bugs and slimes become more useful later on. But for right now, I think we got to hit it up in this galaxy and make sure that we take everything that we need. This has got oil, fruit, slime, and water. Not interested. I'd actually rather have oil, fruit, and... Okay, so that's okay. Water and aluminium might be useful, so we'll probably hit these two, Lyso and Deator. Let's go to Lyso first, and we'll see what happens. We get a research point, 87 and 21 aluminum. I actually would rather get water first. 32 fruit is nice, I guess, but I guess we'll just go for the aluminum. Who do we have over here? We're missing somebody. Let's take... He hit level 3. Oh, that's unfortunate, because he's going to get hungry soon. He's contracting in Lyso. Let's bring Bink McMillian, because obviously somebody named Bink can be trusted with complicated tasks, like, shooting and not getting ourselves killed. Ooh, this planet's got kind of like a heavy metal thing going on. Oh, good, we're being attacked by a special, like the second that we got here. How could this ever backfire? Let me go ahead. Did somebody just teleport, or was that a heal? That was a heal, I think. At least they're dropping water. That's good. We could use the water. Like, sincerely, we need the water, so I feel okay about this. Let me go ahead and start regenerating people's electricity right now. Their mana, if you will. Their mana, if you wanted to say it the Hawaiian way. And then we'll go over here. My family's Hawaiian on one side, and Hawaiians believe that everything has, like, well, the native Hawaiians anyways believed that every object has, like, the infusion of life force inside of it, called mana. And so everything from rocks to, like, trees to stones has mana in it. And then when you destroy them, you, like, absorb that. Like, when they defeated somebody else in battle, you, like, absorb their mana. Or, like, when you defeated an animal in a hunt and then took it. Let's throw a grenade over there. Yeah, that actually sped that process up quite nicely, in fact. I enjoy the explosive lubrication that added to the remainder of our adventure. That guy had a lot of health. I am surprised at how much damage he took. Continue restoring both health and or mana as much as you please. We need it, so, there's that. I keep hitting the 6 key, too, because I have bad hand-eye coordination. Although, technically, my eyes aren't involved in all this, so basically I have bad hand coordination. Is that regen? We need regen. We need one of these regens so we can put it on our engineer, and then after that, you never have to worry about energy ever again. That's basically the secret to the entire game, is if you can get an energy regen stim item that you can put on one of your characters, it makes him essentially like an endless mana battery. It's pretty great. I'm going to wait till they all draw in and maybe try and get them all with a grenade. Yeah, there it is. I always miss with the sniper rifle. I don't know what it is. It's got something to do with the isometry, like always. I don't do well with isometry. You may have noticed that by now. You may have noticed that I have a distinct problem with perspective at times, and that's why I've never been able to... I can't be an artist. I just can't. Oh, he's got a flamethrower. While I commend you for becoming, like, the actual embodiment of a dragon, it still worries me slightly. I forgot to put the sedition thing on anybody, too. I'm gonna snipe him. Yeah, we got him. Hooray. Throw a grenade at him. Mission completed. What's in his loot box? Let's play a game of what's in that crate. Okay, so apparently it was just filled with, like, random water and aluminum. We can visit this planet at any other time for loot and profit, and what they mean by that is sometimes it'll respawn the enemies and you can come back in and farm them up again if you want, just to get like some extra spending cash, so keep that in mind, I suppose. But let's be out of here. Ooh, it didn't crash. Hooray! I'm excited about that proposition. So now what I want to do is on Lyso, let's take all of the water nodes for right now. And then also all of the aluminum nodes. And that'll work. How is our away mission doing right now? The mission was a failure. So I suppose they got XP though, so that's pretty good. That's not like a terrible thing. At least they still get XP. I don't know if they have a chance of like dying or whatever. But I suppose we can send him up in here. 9% chance of success? Sure, let's continue leveling up like the random people in our back lines, because why not? They have a terrible chance of success, but still. Works for me. I mean, 20% is better than no percent, and it seems like it would be plausible, or at least profitable, to keep that running as much as possible. Over here on this side, we're going to finish up our diner before we leave. I realize we're a little bit over right now, but I don't mind. We can actually go to a lunch table. That looks more like a buffet line, to be honest. So maybe I'll just go like that right there. Let's turn it slightly so we can dispense the drinks. The lunch table, we'll put that right there. And everything else, we've just got like benches and stuff that are decorative. Essentially what they'll do is it'll get cooked down in here. Then they'll come up to the top and they'll eat it when they're good and ready. And so that's essentially the way that it goes. I would prefer that everybody make pizza, actually. Actually, no, not pizza. What conserves water the best? There we... Well, that takes up beans, though. Damn it. Alright, well, we'll do that one right there. And we'll try and come up with a plot to get ourselves some more... like peas or something. Seeds, that's what they are. Come up with a plan to get ourselves some more peas before too much longer. I don't know. They'll eat lunch from here when they need to. They'll sleep over here when they need to. And essentially, we've worked on a lot of the basic stuff we need in order to get the game rolling. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of the Spatials. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. I don't know why that big pause was right there. Don't ask. I'll see y'all next time. Hi, do everybody.